There he is. My old friend Oscar De La Hoya is here. Good to see you. Thank you for making the time on a busy week. I really appreciate it. Have a seat. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, it's a busy time. You're going to the open workouts after this, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All good, brother.
Oscar, you're the man. I still love that line, one of my favorite lines ever on this show. Ego is not my amigo. Remember when you said that?
Oh, yeah. Ego is not my amigo.
And look at you now. Not only April 20th, but May 4th as well.
Yeah,
what a
May
stretch
4th.
for the company.
Well, we have 3 big fights back to back. In between, we have Verge Ortiz.
Yes.
Who's my next big sensation, man. 20-0, 20 knockouts. He's knocking on the world champion's door. So, yeah, it's going to be a good stretch for us. Just keep chipping away, man. That's all I do, you know?
Does it feel like maybe at one time people were like, oh, maybe Oscar lost his fastball, maybe Golden Boys what it once was, and this is your FU to everyone? Like, look at us. Massive show here, then next week, and then the big one on May 4th as well. Like, maybe the funeral was a little early, right? That you guys were all celebrating. Do you feel that? Because I feel like some people were trying to say that you were losing your fastball. You didn't have stars.
What happened was, so when I started Golden Boy many years ago, we had we built all the world champions that you see now that are on their way out, kind of. We built all of them. You know, from Errol Spence to the Charlo brothers, you name it, everybody, all the world champions, Deontay Wilder, all of them. Then they jumped ship for some reasons, political reasons. But then we're rebuilding once again now, and so now we're just making these big fights happen, like Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia, Cinco de Mayo weekend. So that's going to be huge.
Yes, and I'll ask you about that in a moment. But I have to start with, you were in this studio very early March.
Yeah.
We spoke on that very exciting day. And that was kind of like the kickoff in terms of media that day, that week, because then you had the press conference in New York and then the one in LA. And, I don't want to take credit for this, but perhaps you can tell me if I'm on the right path. I was asking you about your relationship with Ryan, and why don't you guys just go for dinner? Why don't you go meet? And then that night,
exactly,
I saw you on Instagram. You went for dinner with him.
Yeah, we did.
How did this happen? Did I make this happen?
You made it happen.
It's all me.
I appreciate it.
I can take credit for this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
How did it actually happen? Because in the moment you were like, it's not getting done.
You actually gave me the idea. So I actually called Ryan or text him. He goes, dude, let's break bread, man. Let's have some dinner. And sure enough, we talked. It's kind of like we reunited again, It's because you got to think about this, is that there's a lot of whispers in fighters' ears all the time, Oh, he's no good for you, you can do better, this, that. Just a lot of chatter and whispers, And a lot of times fighters listen to those whispers, often. So when I had one-on-one time with Ryan, in that dinner you made happen,
thank you.
Yeah, everything's all good.
Was it awkward at first?
No. It was literally like seeing a little brother, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? We embraced. What's up? All good, And we talked and everything. Had a nice dinner, and things are great.
And so, how would you describe the relationship now with him?
Oh, it's awesome. It's great. Look, one thing about Ryan is that he does want to be great, and I respect that. I really do, because when you fight Tank Davis, you got knocked out, body shot. Comes back and fights Duarte, who's a tough Mexican knockout guy. I was actually worried about that fight because he hits so hard. Ryan knocks him out.
Right.
Now he's back with Haney. You got to respect that, He wants to fight the best, and he wants to be the best. So I respect that from him.
So obviously a lot of the talk going into this fight has just been his behavior. And there have been some people who seem concerned.
Sure.
And it has seemed a little bit, I don't know if it's erratic is the word, or troublesome, and you don't know if he's trolling, if he's putting on an act. What has been your impression of, because this isn't the same guy that we've seen even going into the Tank fight. It's a different version of him. It's
a different version, a version with a chip on his shoulder in a way. And I think you need that, especially when you're fighting the top guys, Like, you have to prove to yourself, like, especially after losing to Tank Davis, like, he has something to prove. And he's living it. He's demonstrating it. He's showing it. He has that chip on his shoulder, and he's like, I don't give a, about anything. I just want to fight in there and fight the best and win. And so I respect that.
Has there been anything that he has said or done that has concerned you?
I mean, that's concerned me. I mean, obviously when he was talking about the whole, situation with, what was it, the kids and this and that,
Yes.
it wasn't really explained
Yeah.
good enough,
Okay.
That was concerning. But look, I'm not his babysitter. I'm not.
Right.
I'm his promoter. I'm not with him 24/7. But he gets it, man. He gets it. I mean, it was ironic how all this news came out afterwards about P. Diddy and this and that. And so I don't know. I mean, look, Ryan knows what he's doing. I think he does, He knows what he's doing. And if he cares for a subject that he wants to talk about, he's going to go all out.
Do you have the relationship with him now where you can call him up and be like, hey, you want to talk about anything?
Oh, yeah.
Has that happened?
Oh, yeah. It has happened.
Okay.
Yeah. And I always tell him, hey, you're in a special place and opportunity where you can look. He is, believe it or not, he is the cash cow. He is the moneymaker. We'll have a sellout crowd here at Barclays. Well, the pay-per-views are going to go through the roof. It's going to be crazy, and it's all because of Ryan. Yeah, he's fighting a top world champion who is serious, who wants to be great as well, who is a master boxer. But look at what Ryan has done to him, like psychologically. Devin Haney pushing Ryan at the Empire State Building when they meet. I've never seen that from Devin. I think he's a little rattled, So Ryan's doing something that only he knows he's doing, and he's getting under his skin.
Do you think he's officially under his skin?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Just like Mayweather would get under everybody's skin. I think Ryan took a page out of Mayweather's book.
And so how much do you think is this being like him being a showman and him just telling us who he is at this point in his life? Because the reason I ask this, Oscar, is because what I love talking to you about is like your life, and you're always so honest about things and not that you don't beat around the bush.
Of course.
And so a lot of people are like, he's going down the wrong path. And Oscar could be the one to tell him he's going down the wrong path because maybe at one point you did go down the wrong path. And so do you see warning signs there where you're like, I don't like this, I don't like that. We need, because you've lived it. You've walked a million miles in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
So do you see stuff that reminds you of the stuff that you had to deal with that maybe other people didn't warn you about?
I think first of all, in my career, when I was fighting, I was a straight arrow. I mean, I was taking care of business, winning world titles, fighting 5 times a year, world title fights 5 times a year. So I wasn't really out there as much, I wasn't really drinking and this and that. And, what I see with Ryan, I do have to talk to him and say, hey, Ryan, look, you do want to be the very best. You want to, be great. All right, then look, you have your window of opportunity. Just make the best of it. Just focus on your boxing. Focus on your craft. Forget about, okay, maybe you want to be a Calvin Klein model, or you want to be whatever, or you're talking about these subjects, this, that, or you're making news, for the wrong reasons maybe. No, just focus on your career. Stay focused, leave the drinking alone, or if you're having a glass of wine after training, no, just be an athlete now, because your window's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. That's what boxing is. We have a window of opportunity. Take advantage of it.
Are his trainers, Derek James, are they saying anything to you? Are they telling you, are you checking in?
He's just in great shape.
Okay.
They tell me he's in amazing shape. And then I've seen him spar and train.
Sure.
He looks phenomenal.
Last question on all of this. At any point did you say you might want to postpone the fight? There were people calling for the postponement of the fight. Did you ever consider that?
I was keeping in touch with Ryan.
Okay.
And I know people looking from the outside in, how they can be concerned. When you see a post and this and that, and what you have to keep in mind too is that it only takes 5 seconds to put a post, 10 seconds, whatever, and Ryan, he's finger happy, and you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But he's doing his job. He's doing his work. He's training. He's in great shape. I mean, we don't see as much, and I tell him too, like, maybe you should post, videos when you're knocking out your sparring partner.
Yeah.
Do it more, not the other stuff, He's like, oh, okay, I'll do it, But he gets it. That's why. Look, that's why this fight is. It's going to be crazy successful because Ryan Garcia knows how to push everybody's buttons.
Right. So you're expecting a sellout on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
No doubt. No doubt.
And like, what's the ballpark in terms of what a success would be on pay-per-view for you? Like, what are you hoping for in terms of buys?
I'm one of the biggest top 10 pay-per-views of all time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That high? You think over $1 million?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is huge. It's really big. It's successful. It's successful already. I mean, I think Ryan is a master artist when it comes to promoting himself and promoting fights and getting under somebody's skin. Like, he's figured it out. Mm-hmm. He has the talent, and that's when I can come in and talk to him as a mentor. Inside the ring, because I don't really get involved outside. I'm not really, it's not my job to babysit or whatever. My job is to obviously organize the event and promote and find the fighters. And guess what? I found a diamond in the rough with Ryan. He is a hell of a fighter. And come Saturday night, I mean, he's going to be in tip-top shape.
Who has more pressure on their shoulders going into the fight, in your opinion?
I think Devin does.
Why is that?
I think Devin does. Just with all the talk that's been going on. I mean, I've been watching him closely, right? And everything that he from the start to the finish, right? I mean, the finish would be actually getting inside the ring. That's the finish. But to start, the build-up, Haney was calm. He was like, it's going to be a good fight. But then when he sees Ryan, he gets all just wild up, And now lately, come fight week, he's pushing Ryan. He's doing this and that, and he's really pissed. That's a sign of it's a sign of like just frustration, And what I can see is Devin Haney getting so frustrated, wanting to knock out Ryan and making mistakes, and that's what Ryan has to capitalize on. And I think that's what he's going to do.
Is it better for Golden Boy if Ryan wins?
Yeah, I mean, he's my fighter.
Right.
He's under Golden Boy Promotions. I mean, obviously, Ryan Garcia. We're building and we've gotten them the right fights and together we've built an amazing career for him and we're in his corner 1,000%.
Is there a rematch clause?
There's no rematch clause.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it's a great fight, of course there has to be a rematch.
Sure.
These guys fought 6 times in the amateurs. I mean, this is the 7th game right here for all the marbles, man. So you can imagine how intense it's going to be. It's already intense outside the ring, but I cannot wait for them to take that intensity inside the ring and just give us a great fight. Just a great fight, like the UFC 300.
Yes, did you watch
awesome.
that?
I did. I paid for it. I watched it. Hell
you bought a UFC?
It was actually good. It was
good, right?
And I actually took, I took a page off of Dana White's book there. It reminded me when Don King would promote those big fight cards with Julio Cesar Chavez and Trinidad on the same card and some other world champions, Mike Tyson, I think. All on the same card. Those were the glory days.
Sure.
I think that's what boxing has to do.
Yes.
We can sprinkle a huge fight every quarter, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Every quarter, but then sprinkle like one of those mega events like UFC 300.
Yes, it's important.
Once a year. It's important. Yeah, it is. You keep the fight fans engaged, and because right now I think boxing. It is in a good place. We're seeing good fights. This whole thing with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, attracting new eyeballs, a younger demographic. You call it what it is. I mean, headgear, bigger gloves, but it's still boxing and it's still attracting fans, new fans. I think boxing's in a good place right now. We just have to continue. We have to keep on chipping away, make sure that promoters work with each other. See, boxing is so fragmented.
Right.
That's the problem. UFC is under one umbrella. Easy to make big fights. It's great, and it's awesome. Boxing has to continue to chip away and make sure that we work together to bring the big fights to the people.
I see you're rocking a Mike Tyson ring, old school ring magazine. It's a great shot.
I love Tyson, man.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this fight? He'll be 58 when he fights Jake in July.
Well, look.
And for the record, I don't
Yeah.
think there'll be headgear in the fight.
Oh, there won't be, because I heard there will be.
No, that's the latest
Yeah.
I heard was
Okay.
no headgear, but they haven't quite nailed all the rules. But that's not,
Okay.
But let's see.
Yeah.
In any event, just him going in there against someone who's
Yeah.
as young as Jake.
Well, look, I actually like Jake Paul for what he's doing and the attention he's bringing to the sport and what he wants to do with his promotion company and help the fighters. I love that. But he also talks about, being a world champion and taking it serious. And, well, this is not serious. Fighting a Mike Tyson, yeah, I can understand. It's a lot of money. It's going to attract a lot of eyeballs. It's great. But the only critique I have for Jake Paul is that, if you want to take the sport serious, then take the route that world champions take, fighting top 20, top 10, top 5, and eventually becoming the mandatory to the world champion. That's how you do it. That's how you gain the respect from the fight fans, not fighting Mike Tyson. That's the only critique I have. But look, hey, God bless him. He's making money. He's pumping up his brands and all that. And, he's going to have a sellout at the Cowboy Arena with Tyson. I worry about Tyson because we all love him.
Sure.
We all love him. And he is 57, is he?
Yeah.
He's no spring chicken anymore, that's for sure.
They did announce Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor as the co-main, which I think if you're like a purist, right, that's pretty damn huge.
No, it's great. It's awesome. I mean, the rematch.
Yeah,
it's going to be huge. And they're also talking to us about putting one of my kids also on the card.
Really?
Yeah,
Who would that be?
undefeated fighters, Kid Austin.
Oh yes.
So yeah, no, I strongly feel that what Jake Paul is doing, and Mike Tyson as well. I mean, they're brilliant. They're geniuses, and it's all good for the sport.
Okay. And so going back to this fight, what happened yesterday at Citi Field, Mets game? Tell us your side of the story. I saw you guys walking out, and obviously Ryan was very upset. What happened?
I walk. Ryan's in the VIP section already, so I walk into the field to the stadium, and I'm going to Ryan to go say hi to him, and I come across the owner's wife. And we're talking, she's a big fan, and she speaks Spanish and everything, and she's like excited to see Ryan and this and that, and excited for them to throw out the first pitch, and then all of a sudden we hear that I think security made a call that it'll be too dangerous to have Ryan and Devin Haney together throwing the first pitch, and so they called it off. Wow. And I don't think the owner knew that. And so I was kind of like puzzled, like, what's going on? I mean, I thought, Ryan was looking forward to it. He was practicing.
Yeah,
I even told him, look, aim for the head. When I threw out my first pitch at Dodger Stadium, the catcher told me, aim for my head because you're going to be in the mound.
Yeah.
And when you throw it, you're going to hit the ground. So aim for my head. And sure enough, I threw a bullet right there.
When was that? Was that after the Olympics or later on?
This was recently. This was like a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they just said they were concerned.
And
after
so
what happened?
they said they were concerned that maybe something would happen because of the push.
Yeah.
At the Empire State Building, and then they offered for me to throw out the first pitch, and I was like, no, I got to respect Ryan, and it's his moment.
Yeah.
I can't do that, to my fighter. I mean,
He seemed pissed.
He was pissed because he was looking out. He was looking forward to it.
Right.
He's 25 years old. He's like, he's never done that before, and he was looking forward to it,
And also, it's a bit of a trek, right? To go out there, like you're driving like an hour or so. You're hanging out.
Yeah, it's an hour, whatever. It's
pain in the ass, no?
It's a pain in the ass for the fighters, So it was a uncomfortable situation, but hey, it is what it is.
Okay.
I'm a Yankees fan anyway. So.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. Yeah. Some of the talk from the Haneys, like about killing and all that stuff. It's gone very personal, as you said, intense. How do you feel about this?
Well, look, I mean, you never want to even think about or wish that upon anybody, especially inside the ring or the octagon, because we're in a dangerous sport, And when I heard that, I was like, no, come on, you don't go there, But that again, that's how brilliant Ryan Garcia is.
Right.
He got under their skin. you know? And again, it reminds me of Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
How he would do his antics and it works. And it works. So we'll see. We'll see Saturday night what kind of fight we're going to watch.
How has it been working with the Haneys?
Pleasant.
Okay.
This is, I'll tell you one thing. Bill Haney, Devin Haney, nicest people. Had them over my house in Vegas. Made the fight in a day. Literally. It was easy. It was pleasant. You know, yeah, good people.
Okay.
We flew over on the press tour when we were promoting, flew on the same jet, talking. We had 5 hours together, whatever. Yeah, just good people. I respect them.
You know, you were talking about UFC 300, and I mentioned this, that one thing that I wish boxing promoters and broadcasters would see from the UFC and implement into their own product is the pace of the card. You know, they had 13 fights on that card, and yes, it was like 7.5 hours, but it was boom, 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 boom.
The UFC, yeah.
Yeah,
13.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of filler sometimes on boxing shows.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Do you think it should be tighter, or do you like the filler?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree 1,000%. I mean, there's a lot of tweaks here and there that I must change. You know, it also has to do with production, the network, this, that. So, but yeah, look, I have no shame in saying that watching the UFC and taking a page out of their book is a positive thing. I can take that and tweak things, you know, across the street in our sport.
Right.
You know, it's all God. It's all good. It's all positive.
What about that Max Holloway? He points to the middle. Did you see that when he pointed in the middle of the cage and then he knocked the guy out with 1 second left?
It was crazy.
Is that nuts?
It was crazy. I mean, it was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to admit because I'm a boxing purist, obviously. And I love watching fights where you get off your seat and you're like throwing punches and oh my God. For the first time, seriously, ever, I was off my seat in a UFC fight, 300, and just cheering, just screaming. It was pretty cool. It was cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, what about Munguia Canelo? How hard was it to make this fight?
So I'm a co-promoter with Munguia, and Canelo didn't want to deal with me.
Why not?
He, I think, I seriously think he, I seriously think that he doesn't like the attention taken away from him. I seriously think that, you know, because I'm remembering now every time I would, you know, be around Canelo or, you know, I mean, I'm a 10-time world champion, 6 divisions, gold medalist, like, you know, taking the attention away from him and this and that, and you know, I don't think he likes that, and so he doesn't want me around. And so my co-promoter from Mexico, who handles Munguia, dealt with under my guidance. He dealt with Canelo's people, and the fight was actually made pretty easy.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell you why. Munguia is very respectful. He respects Canelo. He knows it's going to be a freaking war. He knows it's going to be a tough fight for both guys because you got to think Mexican style, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go at it each other, and it's going to be a good fight. But I think that the fact that Canelo had only 2 choices, he had Munguia or he had Benavidez. I mean, so he probably thought, okay, shit. They cornered me. Let me pick Munguia.
How do you think it plays out?
I think it could be the changing of the guards. I really do. You take a look at Canelo, which I respect. As a fighter, I respect him. You know, because as a fighter, I respect every single person that steps inside the ring or the octagon. You have to, right? But you take a look at his career and the decline, you know, slowly has been happening. He's had operations on his knees, his shoulders. You know, he's got, over 60 fights. He started professionally when he was 15. You can see the wear and tear. You can see the decline. Munguia's 27 years old. Canelo's 35, 34 years old. So this could be the changing of the guards. This could be De La Hoya Chavez all over again. This could be, you know, it happens in the sport all the time. The young fighter comes in and just handles the the old veteran. So we could see that come May 4th.
Do you think it's going to be awkward on fight week between you two?
No.
Will you
And
try
like
to
I
speak
said,
to him to bury the hatchet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna speak the truth.
Right.
When I'm promoting this and on the podium, look, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not. I'm gonna wait till fight week. I'm gonna go hard.
You are?
Oh, hell yeah.
In what respect? What do you mean? What do you mean go hard?
I'm gonna talk shit like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On Canelo?
Hell yeah. You know the shit that he's talked about me?
Yeah.
You know?
I see when you're up there on the day, it's like he's kind of like dismissive of you and stuff like that, like his body language and all that. So you got some stuff in the chamber.
Oh, I got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow.
I got all kinds of stuff. Just
Okay.
wait, fight week.
And what about like tomorrow press conference? Will Eddie be up there? Because I have to admit, I do like your dynamic. I like it. It's fun. I have to say.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people like that.
Yeah. Well, look, what I've learned in this promotion is that, look, I think Bill has something with Eddie Hearn or something.
Right.
You know, I'm the promoter.
Sure. It's
of
a
the
Golden
event.
Boy
It's
show.
Golden Boy show. But I think Bill Haney has something with Eddie Hearn. So he's requesting.
Are you okay with
Eddie
that?
to be there. I'm okay. Hey, ego's not Miami.
So he'll be up on the day. What about at the fight? Will he be ringside?
I control all the tickets, so we'll see where we put him.
Rafters, maybe in the back.
Well, he's got some nice binoculars that I can give him too.
No. But you think this time, like, I remember last time you were walking to the locker room, you couldn't go into Ryan's locker room. There's going to be none of that drama this time. Now you're like fully Team Garcia. He's Team De La Hoya. He's Team Golden Boy.
Yeah, look,
it's one big family.
I'm team event. I want this to go smooth. You know, I want this to be successful. And so, again, I don't promote Devin Haney. I promote Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's under the Golden Boy banner, and so obviously, you know, it's unless Devin Haney wants to work out a deal with me, then hey, welcome to the family. Right. But no, I have a lot of respect for the Haneys. I really do, because they've treated me, right.
How do you think this one plays out? What is your gut saying right now?
My gut's saying knockout.
Knockout.
Yeah. My gut's saying knockout. Yeah.
What, a left hook?
Yeah. I don't know which punch.
Okay.
I don't know which punch. I mean, yeah, he does have that devastating left hook, but I think people forget about that right hand.
Yeah.
Cross right hand that he has.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What
It's going to be intense.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy intense.
Who does he get if he knocks out Devin Haney and then he wins the belt? Who do you think is the next fight?
Well, Ryan wants all the smoke with everybody.
Yeah.
He does. So, I mean, look, there's Teofimo.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which would be
insane.
huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fights out there for him.
Tank rematch?
At 140?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
gigantic.
Pitbull.
Oh yeah.
Would be another one, at 140.
Right.
With no rehydration
No
clause.
bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
None of that shit. So yeah, there's a lot of good fights to be made.
Well, can't wait for this one.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be on the broadcast. I don't know if you know this. Did you know this?
I do. Yeah, of course.
They said they needed the big guns.
Well, we need all the muscle we can get.
That's right.
for sure.
Thank you for coming by. I
you,
really
brother.
appreciate it. Good luck to you. It's on DAZN pay-per-view this Saturday from the Barclays Center. Sold out, Oscar said. So you got to get it on pay-per-view. It's Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney for the WBC super lightweight title. Can't wait for this. Really, can't wait for it.
It will sell out.
It will sell out. It will be. By the time all is said and done.
Yeah, Saturday it'll be sold out.
Okay, so looking forward to it. Looking forward to being a part of the broadcast for DAZN. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.